Now it's time for the Coach Penny Hardaway Show, presented by Cook's Pest Control. The show is supported by your local Toyota dealer. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Subway, make it what you want. And AutoZone. For parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome in. Nice to have you aboard on this anniversary day. Yeah, it is the 25th anniversary since this man became a movie star. That's right. Partnered with, I think that maybe other than you and me, of course, that's the best partnership for media ever, you and Shaq.
Yeah, you know, that movie was so much fun doing it with Shaq. We did it that entire summer, the summer of the draft when I went to the NBA. And it was what I wanted. I wanted to be in a movie, and I couldn't have picked a better basketball movie.
Well, that really was a terrific movie. You haven't seen it, you got to go look. Did you know Shaq at all until then?
I had played the beginning of my going from my freshman year to my sophomore year in an Olympic festival that they held in Minnesota, and Shaq and I were on the same team in that. So that's where I first met Shaq. Wow.
Did you get any acting tips from anybody? Nick Nolte, did he give you anything?
I think right before I did, I had to go and audition for the part. I met with a guy who used to be in movies the day before and kind of worked on my part. But that was it, like a day before I had to go audition.
I know that was a lot of fun. And really, because of that relationship with Shaq, that's how you sort of ended up in Orlando, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I took full advantage of playing with Shaq. It was real basketball, so it wasn't really anything scripted except for that lob at the end when we won the game. So every day I was just feeding him the ball to get him used to me giving him the ball.
Oh, you're so smart. Oh, I love that. So we go full circle, and we were just in Orlando. This was a week that the Tigers split a win at East Carolina, finally a road win, and then a good game in Orlando, but you just didn't execute down the stretch. There's two opportunities in the last couple of weeks, Cincinnati at home and UCF on the road, where at the end of the game, it just wasn't there.
Yeah, we just haven't been able to make winning plays against the really good teams. And hopefully we're building up towards that, so when we get into the AAC tournament, that we'll be ready for that. But it's just about, you know, the game plan discipline that we have on the defensive end and actually making plays and making shots on the offensive end.
And they say, you know, you got to plan your work, and you guys do that. They haven't necessarily worked the plan at the end of games.
Yeah, it's just something about the mental capacity with the players, you know, for 30 minutes maybe, for 25 minutes maybe, but not for a full 40. And it seems like we'll be doing a certain thing really well until it becomes winning time, and then all of a sudden we deviate or go away from it. So we're just learning from it every game, and then hopefully we'll get better by AAC tournament.
That is, as we say, still to come. Here is what's to come on the show today. You'll take a look at all the highlights, the win against East Carolina, the good battle in Orlando, then a little bit of inside access. You'll hear from the freshman Alex Lomax and how he's looking up to Jeremiah Martin, and then the AutoZone road ahead. One game midweek at home, the other on the road for a first time in a long time in Wichita. All to come on the Penny TV show.
You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
So it had been getting a little tight all the time on the road. Memphis just couldn't get off to good starts, or something would happen, and there was a road losing streak. So you go to East Carolina. I knew you were sick of hearing about these road woes. How did you prepare differently? Any different mindset for this game?
Started really buying into just the basics of what we do. Talking, sprinting back on defense, weak side hill, keeping your man in front of you, boxing out. All the small things and the fundamentals that we've worked on before, we just kind of put an emphasis on those going on the road now because we had gotten away from those things.
Nice open looks, and I was so happy when Lomax knocked down that shot. It gave him some confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said before, Alex is kind of like in his own way. He can shoot the ball much better than what he's been shooting, and I was happy to see that shot go down for him, and then as you can see, his confidence grew from that.
You guys shot well in this game. 56%. You saw Mike Parks knock one down. He was 5 of 5 in this game.
Yeah, Mike did a great job. He does a great job every night of running the floor. That's where we usually get a lot of his points, and then on offensive rebounds. But being 5 of 5 from that game, Mike was really ready to lead this game.
Isaiah Maurice with the nice pass inside. It was another good game again for Jeremiah Martin. We should point out Jeremiah Martin 3 weeks in a row now has made the American Athletic Conference honor roll.
Yeah, well deserved. You know, like I keep stating, and I'm not just saying it because I coach him. He's the best player in our league. You know, he's come to play. The last month, he's just made up in his mind that he was going to carry this team and put the team on his back, and that's what he's doing.
Well, he was sensational, and you got this big guy going too. But, you know, look at that confidence right there. And I know he's capable of these kinds of things.
Yeah, you know, as a freshman, there's going to be ups and downs. You just have to, you know, block out the noise and just continue to work and continue to grind. And eventually your game will come out, and that's what happened with Alex at ECU.
You're not going to miss those inside there, but there was such good ball movement and sharing the ball in this game.
Well, you know, we try to teach playing together on both ends of the floor and sharing the ball. When we get 15 to 20 assists, we're tough to beat. That means we're sharing the ball and everybody's happy. So we want to continue to promote that, you know, get the ball out, run, push the ball, rebound the ball, and get out and share the ball.
There was a little stretch in this game where both teams really caught fire. And, you know, there's Martin, who, by the way, now passed you on the all-time scorer list at 17. Congratulations on that front. I don't know where that's going to end because he's going to keep on climbing. But defense on both sides got a little weak at one point in the second half.
Yeah, it's just basically game plan discipline. And as far as Jeremiah passing me on the list, that's awesome. You know, he's been here 4 years. He's done a great job, and he's deserving of that, and he's only going to go higher. But we just get to a point in the game where we get a lull defensively, and you can't have those lulls defensively.
So as this game tightens up, and you saw Harris contribute there, this is the kid from Little Rock that you have a relationship with, Sean Williams, but it's going to become a Martin and Bruton show. And you just said to these seniors, win it for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to, like I keep saying, I have to do a better job of getting Kareem shots because he is an offensive weapon for us. And of course, we know what Jeremiah has done. But we went to Kareem at the end of the game, and he brought us home. After Jeremiah had carried us for the entire game, Kareem sealed the deal, and that's your senior guards winning the game for you, and that's big time for us.
And I like that move by Harris there. He's developing a bit more of a mid-range game and also passing the ball a whole lot better.
Yeah, Tyler's starting to figure this thing out. You know, that's what happens with freshmen. Like I said, the ups and the downs. Started off the year just shooting threes only, and now is building into getting to the basket and making plays for himself, and also shooting more mid-range shots.
And that, I believe, was one of the first buckets he had. Look at that, over under him. This kid can shoot at all kinds of different angles, can't he?
Yeah, he has one of those old school games with different finishes. He can shoot the three. He can finish on bigs. He got mid-range. He has a lot of game, and we just have to do a better job, of getting him better shots.
And the thing I like most about this, you saw it was tight there until the end. You showed that toughness that people had been wondering about all year long.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I've been talking about with my team. You have the tough teams win in this conference, and we were tough for a majority of that game, and especially at the end, and that's what got us the victory.
Well, UCF is a tough team. We know that for sure. They're the team that was picked to win the American in the preseason, and then Memphis had their way at FedEx Forum, so revenge was on the minds of the Knights as we travel to Orlando.
You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
Finally, a road win in Greenville, North Carolina, but now you got to go to Orlando. And I know, Coach, that is always a really nice thing for you. I am always amazed at the adulation you get in that city, but also I admire you for the way you take your time with everybody when they come to talk to you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Orlando, everyone knows that Orlando is a second home for me. The fans gave me a great ovation in their building, which is amazing. Every time I go back, I have nothing but fond memories. And of course, I have love for those fans, and every time I see them, I'm going to give them the time for sure.
Mike Parks has continued to be a lot more active. You started Isaiah Maurice in this game, but you had been starting the seniors.
Yeah, I was starting the seniors, and Kevin Davenport came to me right before game time and said that he didn't want to start. He felt more comfortable coming off the bench, so we had to switch the lineup, and I wanted him to be comfortable, so we went with Isaiah Maurice in this lineup.
And again, it was a tough night for Kevin. It was not one of his better afternoons, I should say. But in the meantime, Martin continues to work. Bruton continues to work. Those seniors are really solid. And honestly, you got another good game out of the freshman Lomax.
Yeah, our seniors are going to be who we lean on. They understand the conference. They understand this league, and they know how to win. They won last year, so we're going to definitely lean on those guys. And like you say, Alex is, he's coming along. He's building confidence every game.
You just saw BJ Taylor make a bucket. Now, you bottled him up pretty good in Memphis. There's a reason he was the preseason conference player of the year, and he had 25 in this game.
Yeah, he did a great job of getting to the foul line. I think he shot like 14 or 15 free throws. He was very smart in this game and kind of, plugged it away as far as like shooting a jumper early and then got to the free throw line late.
Womack 6 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals in the game. But, they got some players, too. That's their point guard. Right back, and you really did a better job in the paint, winning that battle despite the giant in the middle, Taco Fall.
Yeah, like we went into the game saying that we were going to attack their paint. We felt like if we moved Taco that we'd have an opportunity to get layups, and we did that. The guys did a great job of getting in the paint and dominating the paint.
And then they emulate, and there's Taco, and he can dunk the ball without really jumping.
Yeah, Taco is a problem, man. He's 7'6", he stands in the middle of that paint and adjusts and blocks a lot of shots. And then on the offensive end, if he gets deep, then you're in trouble. As you see right there, that offensive rebound was so easy for him, so you have to be putting the work in for the entire game while he's on the floor.
The only thing you can do with him really is get him into foul trouble or hack him. And I was impressed with this. When he came to Memphis, he was a 27% free throw shooter. He had upped it to 32, which means he had moved it up 5% in 3 weeks, and he was 5 of 7 in his game. Suddenly, he's learned how to shoot free throws.
Well, I mean, that's what work does. If you get with the right person. I actually saw the guy after the game that had been working with Taco on his free throw shooting. He came up to me and apologized. I said, hey, I apologize. Taco shooting free throws better now because of me. Yeah, and but no, he's working, and that's what work does. Hard work pays off, and he's shooting them better now.
What I also like in this game, and you're upset. This was a technical foul, and this is a big moment in the game. Called on Martin, and Martin told me that he was getting cussed at by the other bench. He sort of retaliated, and he only got the
Yeah, that's bad. That's poor on their ref. That's a bad decision from him. When a great game is going on, you just give both guys warnings, the bench and our player. You don't take a player up that's playing for someone that's not even on the floor.
And there's the spin move by the freshman. Again, he keeps getting better and better. You fell behind by 12 in the second half, but you rally on a 16-5 run here, again showing you're much tougher on the road.
Yeah, they tried to knock us out a couple times, but, I kept calling timeouts when we kept putting the ball in Jeremiah's hand, and he would come through for us. And we just weren't ready to go down and felt like we had an opportunity to win, and we were in a good position and just kind of let it fade away.
That was unlucky, too. This is down the stretch here. He kicks that ball, and it just ends up in his hands, and then he does make a nice play.
Yeah, I mean, that's on us, though. Our game plan was whenever he put the ball on the ground to attack the ball and get on that floor. And we didn't do that in that possession with Ray being there and Kareem being there. Those two seniors have to get on the floor and get that ball.
Well, this was a fight until the very end, and that's a big shot by Colin Smith. He's a terrific player, and they end up icing it and winning it by 7, 79-72. Good fight. It just didn't work out the right way.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to lose that game because that jump shot that you just saw Aubrey Dawkins make, it was a top lock for us. We knew what was going to happen, and we just fell asleep on the play, and he knocked down a big shot, which would kind of put us behind. But as far as the game plan and everything that's going on, we're getting better every game. We just want to be hitting on all cylinders by the time we get to the conference tournament and finish this season out strong.
Time for the Cooks Pest Control Player of the Game. Well, guess who? Every week, just about. Jeremiah Martin. Again, we told you he made the honor roll, and he was outstanding. He had 31 points against East Carolina. He had 25 points and 6 assists against UCF. We're just going to name it for him as a memorial thing, because it's into perpetuity. It's going to be Jeremiah Martin.
Well, I'm so proud of him because he's changed his mentality when it comes to the game now. Early on, I think he was all over the place, and now he's focused, and you see he's putting us on his back and doing what he needs to do to try to get us wins. And, like on a weekly basis, guys know what's going to happen from our team, and the other team is putting programs or putting situations in to stop him, and he still, produces.
He's saying, here I come, stop me, and nobody can. It's worth the price of admission. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, some inside access, and a freshman is learning from Jeremiah Martin. Alex Lomax talks about watching the senior in just a minute.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Learfield IMG College.
You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
You can learn a lot from watching, and that's exactly what the freshman Alex Lomax is doing, watching the approach of Jeremiah Martin.
It's great having a guy like Jeremiah on the team because he's a veteran in the game. Every day in practice, he's showing me new things. He's dominating everybody at practices, doing nice moves, nice passes, and you just got to be amazed by it. You can't even get upset sometimes because you know that he's a veteran and you just got to accept it. So I've accepted it, and I just look up to him, and I'm learning from him and seeing everything that he's doing and just trying to steal everything while I can because this is the only year I got with him. Early on in the season, or early on, I was surprised, and then he's very consistent. So it gets to a point to where you just worry less about it because you know at some point Jeremiah's gonna come through. He do it every day in practice. He's been doing it these past couple of games, and I'm just admired and enjoying the process. These are moments I'll never forget, and like he said, hopefully my senior year I can do half as good as what he's doing now. It's been a rough shooting year for me. My teammates, they've been doing a good job keeping my head on, just having confidence in me. It's a mental game with me. I just still would have kept a positive mindset, and that's what I'm keeping for the rest of the season, and just be positive and like I said, not worry about those things. Just worry about defense and making plays, and like I said, if those come, I'll take it.
There are two things I absolutely love about this young man. They're both A's. Articulation, I love talking to him, and two, attitude. You see how positive that is? And, you know, he's been a star. He's got to come off the bench now.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, Alex being a two-time Mr. Basketball in the state of Tennessee, he could have come in with a different attitude, but I'm so proud of him because he's so humble. And Jeremiah has been doing a great job of taking Alex, Antoine, and Tyler under his wing and being more of a leader. Earlier in the season, Jeremiah just wanted to show. Now he's showing and he's telling. He's talking to him all the time. So they're all learning, and Alex is showing his appreciation.
We'll need everybody, that is for sure. Down the stretch, and we've got the AutoZone Road coming ahead. 2 games this week on the docket. The AutoZone Road ahead 2 games this week. We started home Wednesday. Look at the time on that. It's an early game, 6 o'clock. And this Green Wave team is not very good, but they gave us trouble in New Orleans.
Yeah, we started off good. I think that was the second game that I started the seniors, and the seniors jumped out to a great lead. And Jeremiah, I think, had like 15 points in like 8 or 9 minutes or whatever. He came out on fire, and they got back into the game and made it very interesting at the end.
And then on Saturday, this will be in Wichita. Memphis hasn't been there in a long, long time. 7 o'clock game. They lost on Sunday to Cincinnati. They'd won 4 in a row before that.
Yeah, you know, Coach has been doing a great job. Coach Marshall's been doing a great job of just, you know, 9 new players, of getting them to play hard and play together. And they were on a 4-game win streak, like you said, until they just lost against Cincinnati, but they still play hard.
This will be a critical stretch run. Let's hope we're talking about 2 wins a week from right now. Have a good week, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, same to you.
Congratulations on Blue Chips.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm a little bit better
I don't know
than
how
Shaq,
I didn't get an Academy Award.
See you guys next week.
Thanks for watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show, presented by Cook's Pest Control. The show is supported by your local Toyota dealer. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Subway, make it what you want. And AutoZone. From parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone.
This has been a presentation of Learfield IMG College.